but minor sins. But he said, وَلَمْ يُصِرُّ عَلَى صَغِيرَةٍ. It does not consistently remain on doing the minor sins. Someone can do one minor sin once in a while, but he's not doing it all the time. He's not persisting on doing that minor sin. But now this is going to be difficult. Who is that person that hasn't committed a major sin? Maybe we go and ask dua from him. No. So this is a. So if someone commits a sin, a major sin, so he falls from the level of being just. So in fiqh we say, if someone hasn't committed a major sin, he's a just person, he's a adi. But if he commits a major sin and he makes tawbah, after making tawbah and he spends a full year without committing that sin again, then the status of adil, of being just, now comes back to him. Tamam? Yeah. Otherwise, if he doesn't get back the status of just, of adil, then it's going to be difficult. Then we must not fast because all people are not just. No. Tamam. So if we get one just person who has sighted the moon, so that one person must go to the qadi, and the qadi is the one who announces that tomorrow is fasting. Because there is no anyone who has the authority to announce to the public that tomorrow is fasting, except the qadi. Because there must be a system. There must be a system. So even if you sighted the moon with your eyes, I sighted the moon, I saw it myself. But when you go to the qadi say, are you the one who saw the moon? Yes, the qadi, I am the one who sighted the moon. But you were not just, you were not adil. You are the one who was doing the sins yesterday. No, I can't take your word. Khalas. We must obey the word of the qadi. And now we must complete 30 days of Sha'ban, and we fast. So meaning that it's not a big deal. Whether it's 29 or 30, it's not a big deal. Whatever our qadi determines and say tomorrow is fasting, tomorrow is fasting. Because the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, فَإِنْ غُمَّ عَلَيْكُمْ. So if you can't see the crescent because of the sky is cloudy, so meaning that it doesn't mean that the crescent is not there. It might be there. But you have been hindered from sighting the crescent. No problem. It's not a big deal. Because sometimes we even, in Muslim communities, we even sometimes fight over the crescent. Tamam? It's not a big. What does the qadi say? The qadi is knowledgeable. That is his task. Or the committee. I think there's a committee in Cape Town for we call it what? The cake moon. Eh? Moon cake. Yeah. Man cake. Nah. So there's a man cake. There's a committee for that. Khalas, that's their job. So if they sight the moon, or they know someone who sighted the moon, then they go to the qadi. Now the qadi now has to announce as tomorrow is fasting. Tamam? Nobody must worry that, oh, maybe I didn't see it myself, or maybe my friend said he sighted it. So now, if someone sighted the moon, now this is also important. If someone sighted the moon, but he doesn't qualify, when he goes to the qadi, he doesn't qualify, but he says, I sighted it. So in his case, he must fast tomorrow. You see? In his case, he must fast tomorrow. And anyone who believes him, maybe we know this is our friend, sometimes he makes sins, but now when he says something, we know he's telling the truth. We believe in him, okay? We must take his word. And we fast with him. But one thing we are not allowed to do, we are not allowed to announce in the public that tomorrow is fasting, because we are not the authority. The qadi is the one who must Announce tomorrow that is what? It's fasting. You see, it's flexible. It's not even a difficult thing. For you, it can be tomorrow Ramadan, but for the public, it's not Ramadan. Khalas, no problem. And life goes on. Tamam? No. Tamam. So, also we understand that so the sighting of the crescent is something must happen every month, not only before Ramadan or towards the end of Ramadan. It must be a monthly thing, because every month that comes in must be determined according to the citation of the crescent. طيب. Another hadith قال عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنه قال كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أجود الناس وكان أجود ما يكون في رمضان حين يلقاه جبريل وكان جبريل يلقاه في كل ليلة من رمضان فيدارسه القرآن فرسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم حين يلقاه جبريل أجود بالخير من الريح المرسلة. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم said كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أجود الناس, that Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم was the most generous of people. وكان أجود ما يكون في رمضان, and he was most generous in the month of Ramadan. حين يلقاه جبريل, when Jibreel visited him every night. وكان جبريل يلقاه في كل ليلة من رمضان فيدارسه القرآن, and he used to recite Quran with Jibreel. فرسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, so during this period Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم was most generous من أجود بالخير من الريح المرسلة. He was in doing good and in generosity, he was faster than the rain-bearing wind. طيب. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, like the hadith now is describing, this is a description of Rasulullah in Ramadan. So he's saying, كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أجود الناس. So even before Ramadan, in his life, كان أجود الناس. He was the most generous of people. Because Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, let's see, كان مطبوعا على الجود. كان مطبوعا على الجود. So generosity was a natural disposition of Rasulullah. So he was always giving. Whoever comes to him will just give. One day he gave someone goats which fell between two mountains. He gave, take. Because he did not look at dunya with admiration. Anything that is dunya, anything that is temporary, because everything on dunya is temporary. Anything that is temporary life, he did not give any qima, any value to it. It was valueless because it was temporary. تمام؟ أيوة. But in Ramadan, he was more generous and was more gracious in this month of Ramadan. أيوة. So this is a beautiful hadith. So he mentioned a couple of points here. So the first one, he said he was very generous. He was very generous in Ramadan, but also in other days he was generous. So this actually teaches us the culture of being generous. If we look into ourselves, you will find that there are some people who are, because of culture, because of nurturing, because of so many factors, you find that sometimes, you find some people, they don't care about generosity, giving. Not because they are bad people, but they are not used to it. This is something not good. This is something dangerous. So we must get used to giving. You know, if you remove something that you own, you like, and you give it away, it has some impact to your heart because you are giving away something you like, and you give it away. So that is something very important. So there are people who are giving when they are asked. If they ask him, please, can you assist? He will give. That's good. That's very good actually. But better than that is when you make it part of your routine that I must give sadaqah every day. I must give sadaqah maybe every week, for instance. Or I must give sadaqah every Friday. So it's part of your routine. And you train your children to be like that. Because if someone is not used to giving, so it will make his heart stingy. And when he wants to give one day, it's difficult. Oh, he doesn't want to give. You are giving 10 rand. It's difficult. Oh, my 10 rand. Oh. But when you get used to giving, khalas, it becomes normal. And subhanallah, whenever we give, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us back. Whenever we give, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us back. Like there's a teacher, we wanted to train his student. There are some Sufi teachers who, mashallah, who are very high status of wilaya. So one of his students came to him and said, "Ya Shaykh, I'm traveling." "You're traveling, okay. So Shaykh, I want some dua from you. I want to travel." "Okay, you can travel." Say, "Do you have some money?" "I have some money, Shaykh." "Do you have dollars?" Say, "I have dollars, Shaykh." "How much do you have?" "I have $4,000 US." Say, "Bring them." So, Tafadhal, Shaykh. He gave everything. The Shaykh doesn't want the money, but he wants to train the student. And the student gave all the $4,000 US. And khalas, he was traveling. This is his pocket money in the travel. So, khalas, tawakkaltu ala Allah. Then the student went. Say, "What am I going to do?" Bismillah, tawakkaltu ala Allah. And then the student went to the airport to catch his flight without pocket money. And then before he entered the airport, a strange person came to him with an envelope. Said, "Take this money." And took the money. He opened the envelope, $4,000 US. Ajib, subhanallah. Who is this person? He doesn't know. Where is he? He's gone. The Shaykh never wanted this money. Perhaps the Shaykh made dua that Allah compensate his money. Because if someone is a wali of Allah, the dua is mustajab. Yeah. So, but the Shaykh wanted first of all to train him. That you can have that money that you think, this is my blood vessel, khalas. But can you give it away for the sake of Allah? Because the Shaykh said, "I don't want this money. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to give it to the masakin. But I want your heart to be right. I want your heart." Some people, when the Shaykh said, "Give me all the money," say, "I'm not coming back to that Shaykh, khalas." No. Fine. So it's very important for someone to give. One day, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was after Salat Fajr with the Sahaba. He asked in a hadith that was narrated by Muslim. He said, "Man asbaha minkum sa'iman?" Who is fasting today? And Abu Bakr said, "Ana ya Rasulullah." Nobody else. And Rasulullah said, "Man taba'a minkum janaza?" Who followed a janaza today? Abu Bakr said, "Ana ya Rasulullah." And he said again, "Man at'ama minkum miskinan?" Who fed a miskin person among you today? Still morning. Abu Bakr said, "Ana ya Rasulullah." Now you can imagine all the Sahaba like, what's going on? Man aada al-yawma maridan? Who visited a sick person today? Abu Bakr, Ana ya Rasulullah. And Rasulullah said, ما اجتمعت في امرئ ما اجتمع هذه الخصال في امرئ إلا دخل الجنة. So all those 5 things can't be on one person except that Allah will grant him to enter Jannah. But one of them is Man at'ama miskina. So how did Abu Bakr? So everyone was asking, Abu Bakr. After the conversation with Rasulullah, everyone was asking Abu Bakr, how did you manage to do it? It's still Fajr, after Fajr. How did you manage? He said, when I was coming to the masjid, I saw a miskin and I gave him some food. Ajib. And before I entered the masjid, I know one of my friends is sick. I visited him quickly, and before I came to masjid. Ajib. Yeah. Sadaqah. Ajib. Anyway, so another thing that we benefit from this hadith, reciting Quran a lot. Reciting Quran a lot. In the hadith, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and it's better for those who want to recite Quran and get a full benefit of the Quran, it's better to recite Quran at any time is good. It's reward. Tamam? And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in hadith, اقرأوا القرآن, recite Quran, فإنه يأتي يوم القيامة شفيعا لكم. Because it's going to come on the day of judgment to intercede for you, the Quran. But it's better to recite Quran at night. At night. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّ نَاشِئَةَ اللَّيْلِ هِيَ أَشَدُّ وَطِئًا وَأَقْوَمُ قِيلًا. That reciting Quran at any time at night is more appropriate and better for the heart. So the Quran is entering the heart straight away to the heart. So it's better. So in the city of Tarim there in Yemen, in Hadramaut, so for them it's their culture actually for so many years. They recite Quran before Fajr, like 2 hours before Fajr, 1 hour before Fajr. They sit in a halaqa of Quran. So like we said, it's also better to recite Quran with someone. Because we see in the hadith said, Jibreel and Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, they used to recite Quran together. So Rasulullah was reciting maybe like a few pages or 1 page, let's say 1 page for example, just for example. And also Jibreel recites another, the next page, like that. It's called mudarasa. It's better like that. So in Tarim, it's their culture. One of our mashayikh said, there was one of the ulama and the awliya we passed away like 50 years ago. He was called Habib Ali bin Shahabuddin. He used to recite. He had a famous halaqa of Quran, reciting with his friends in the masjid. So some of the mashayikh went to ask one of his students that, how many years have you been reciting Quran before Fajr in this halaqa? He told him, we have been doing this for the last 50 years. And they asked, have you ever missed this halaqa, even a single day? He said, بِفَضْلِ مِنَ اللَّهِ, we have never missed. Even when it rains, when it's very cold, when it's very hot, whatever the case, we have never missed even a single night. Subhanallah. So the Quran before Fajr during that time is very mubarak. If you try it, just try it. Don't listen to my words. Just try it. Recite maybe 1 juzu before Fajr. Everyone is sleeping. It's very quiet, and you recite Quran. Then do it for a week, for 2 weeks, for 1 month. Then you will tell me. After that, you will tell me. Tamam. Also, we benefit from this hadith also that it's important for us to recite Quran with a teacher. Because An-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he learned Quran from Jibreel. And Jibreel, when they used to recite, Jibreel used to come and physically sit with him. And he will recite a page, a portion of Quran, and also Jibreel recite a portion. So one of the benefits that Jibreel was rectifying the recitation of Rasulullah. So it's very, very important for us. We can, many people are, they learn the surah. It's very good, but it's more beneficial if we recite Quran with a teacher from cover to cover, so that your teacher can listen to your recitation and rectify you from the beginning of the Quran until the end. Then you can be sure that my recitation is correct. But if you, I did the surah in the madrasa. Normally, the teacher in the madrasa also, is good, and normally is going only to cover the surah, right? It's not going to go beyond the surah. Maybe if after the surah, maybe few surahs, maybe the short surahs. But it's very important for us to sit by the teacher and we recite from Alif Lam Mim until Surah Nas. Just reciting, and the teacher is listening to us. And now we can also make corrections, not corrections in the Quran. Just put and highlight some of the kalimas, the words that you think it's difficult, because there are some words in the Quran you need to work on them. Even if you are an Arab, actually, when we are in the Middle East, studying in the Middle East, a lot of Arabs are struggling with Quran. A lot of them. They are like other people in the world. It's the same story. It's not about being Arab or not Arab. No. Quran is Quran. No. So we must work on our Quran by having a teacher to rectify our recitation from the beginning of the Quran until the end of the Quran. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.